Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are live here on the Gospel Station Sports and Talk. We're at Victory Mattress Outlet for today's edition of the Bethany High School Coaches Show. We have women's basketball coming on tonight again following their tournament victory out in Hobart, Oklahoma. And until they get here, we're getting you started a little bit early. So it's Luke Young, John Hickman back on the call. John, good seeing you again.
Yeah, man, I'm glad you made it through.
Yeah.
Glad you're alive.
Me too.
Glad you have a voice. Holbert's such a long ways away. You did a great job. Thank you for doing that. I know as a parent of a player, it was big time to be able to watch the games, especially on Thursday and Friday when making it out there was difficult. But a great service GSN is doing for the Broncos.
Absolutely, and it was a pretty fun tournament. But, yeah, long drive for sure. Thankfully, Victory Mattress Outlet is not a long drive. They only sit at 7101 Northwest Expressway, Suite 610. They're, of course, our second week of the month venue. Tuesday show next week, by the way. That's what I'm thinking of. But we love coming out to Victory Mattress Outlet. They're not here right now, but they graciously provided us with the location, and we're going to make sure to treat it right.
I'm going to try out all the mattresses since they're not here.
Much.
I'm going to jump on them, make sure they can handle all the springs.
Absolutely. Get out all the pillows from their casing. Make sure you've got them all out and just throw them around the store.
They'll love that.
Yeah, absolutely, when they get back tomorrow. Hey, but Victory Mattress Outlet treats you better than we're going to treat Victory Mattress Outlet, apparently. If you want high-end mattresses, low-end mattresses, stuff for any kind of budget, king size all the way down to twin and kid beds, they've got it all right here. And the food today is over on the table is brought to us by All-American Pizza. They're real close by, also 7101 Northwest Expressway, although they're kind of right there off of Rockwell. Real big sign, hard to miss. 405-721-2900 for All-American Pizza if you want to put in an order. We just got one large cheese and one large pizza. That's all we need. Smaller group today, but it's delicious stuff. I do like their pizza a lot.
Yeah. Hey, if someone comes in, do we sell them a mattress? I mean, can we do that? Do we have the authority?
I mean, we kind of have to try, right? We're like by proxy owners right now.
We might give a really good discount if someone comes in right now.
I think
this might be the time.
That'd be real good for customer satisfaction.
That's right.
I think.
Yeah.
We're only helping the store.
Yeah, we got to get a commission and everything, so come on.
Exactly. Like a 1% commission because they did not tell us to sell anything, but a commission nonetheless. All right, but as we get ready for this show and as the players will start to arrive here in a minute, I'm going to go over some of these tournament games. John, you mentioned you were watching some of them, but with women's, right, 3-game victory, swept the tournament, took down some familiar opponents. They got Jenks Junior Varsity 84-30 in their first round, beat them handily. Then the next two were a lot closer, 45-31 over Grove High School, and then 53-41 over the Westville High School Yellow Jackets, which those last two games now, I didn't expect them to be as tight for so long as they were. It was kind of a surprise to me. They had been pretty good at getting off strong during the year, but these last two games, they kind of got off slowly. Did you get that same feeling when you were watching it at home?
Yeah, I tell you, what comes across is just the grit that the Lady Broncos have had to show in kind of a handful of games now this season of a tight third quarter, fourth quarter, having to pull away there at the end. And so those things are help you with tournament play down the road, too. So I think going through those things and then also getting the victory through those, you can build upon that so that when time gets tough, you don't quit. You know you've got experience, you've got a foundation, you've been there, you got a chance to win the game.
Yeah, actually, that's a very good thing to be talking about right as the players walk in. Here you're complimenting their grit
the
and toughness
Cam
like
show.
that. Yeah,
we're gonna have a bit. It's gonna be hard when you got all these cams here tonight.
All right. Well, as they settle in, grab some pizza, grab some food right before we start. We're gonna go to a quick break, and then we'll start officially right at about 6:30. So this is the Bethany High School Coaches Show on GSN Sports and Talk. Women's basketball sitting down with us. Cameron Donnelly, ready for this one? Gonna have a good time. We'll be back.
Two good
after
soccer
this.
players, by the way, too. Just
Absolutely.
seeing the
Very
Creighton hoodie. I got to give a shout out there, but I know the other Cam can also play a little soccer too.
All right, let's go to break. We're back after this.
Do it best at Evans Hardware. Since 1965, Evans Hardware has provided Midwest City with top-quality home improvement supplies and a one-of-a-kind shopping experience. At 1021 South Douglas Boulevard, Evans Hardware is family-owned and has the right products for every situation, including DIY projects, professional contracting, or quick fixes. Their satisfaction guarantee guarantee and quick turnarounds mean you'll always find what you need. So visit Evans Hardware in Midwest City.
Or call 405-732-1898. That's 405-732-1898.
Evans Hardware in Midwest City.
Learn about nursing and long-term care at CNA Training Academy, 7463 Northwest 23rd Street. Mary Chiquuma offers affordable, useful, and flexible classes every day that will teach you the foundations of medical care. Mary Chiquuma has been teaching her class for 18 years and is eager to teach you. Understand vital signs, train for and be hired as a PCA, and learn about caring for patients in nursing homes, hospitals, assisted living situations, and more at CNA Training Academy. Call 405-315-1357 and ask about financial qualifications. CNA Training Academy is open to all ages and has classes on the weekend and in the evenings as well. Call CNA now, 405-315-1357, and join classes of people learning about nursing and inspiring each other daily.
C&J Sporting Goods at 6604 Northwest 38th Street has been serving Bethany and the Metro for over 30 years, with 3 generations ready to serve you with the best shopping experience of product knowledge and customer service anywhere, with a wide selection of guns, ammo, ear and eye protection, law enforcement equipment, hunting, camping, and survival gear. If they don't have it, they will order it for you. Veteran owned and family operated. Call 405-789-8102. C&J Sporting Goods.
This is Blake Nightingale State Farm, your local insurance agent over at 7304 Northwest Expressway. Here to tell you more about the business is Blake himself.
Hi, my name is Blake Nightingale, State Farm insurance agent located at 7304 Northwest Expressway here in Oklahoma City. I've been a State Farm agent since 2018. We've got 5 licensed staff members here, and we do everything from auto, home, life insurance, and health insurance. And we're real passionate about helping people. And we love youth sports, and we sponsor a lot of local teams here. And so, like I always tell people, like a good neighbor, we're here to help you.
Just like you heard from Blake, Blake Nightingale State Farm is here to help you protect what's important to you, because your car and home aren't just things. They're where you make your memories. Visit Blake and his friendly staff at 7304 Northwest Expressway and call them at 405-728-1313. Like a good neighbor, Blake Nightingale is there.
At the home of the Gotta Have It, you'll find Apple Tree Antique Gallery, located in the heart of downtown Bethany at 6740 Northwest 39th Expressway. Enjoy spacious shopping with up to 77 unique vendors across more than 10,000 square feet, offering everything from jewelry and clothing to one-of-a-kind treasures and so much more. Don't miss our third Friday weekend specials every month. And yes, we're open Sundays. Call us at 495-0602. Apple Tree Antique Gallery in Bethany, home of the Gotta Have It.
Tanko Mechanical, Electrical, and Plumbing is a commercial and industrial contractor. They offer end-to-end client experience that includes seamless communication, budgeting, staffing, on-site organization, and its solid quality handiwork every time. The past projects include both new construction and repairs and restoration. Occupied and fully operational job sites are never a problem. They can also plan, manage, and build multi-phase jobs. We are a turnkey plumbing, electrical, HVAC, and mechanical contractor. Tanko Company, give them a call at 405-255-7804. Again, that's 405-255-7804. Tanko.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, here on the Bethany High School Basketball Coaches Show. Women's basketball in the building once again following their tournament victory out in Holbert, Oklahoma. We're super excited to be sitting down with them, John. We've got a lot of questions to ask, but we've got a lot of time to ask it, so let's go ahead and jump into this. But first,
hey, back-to-back tournament champs in a way.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
exactly.
2 tournaments this year,
Exactly.
2 championships. Hope that trend continues.
yeah, here in a week? We've got another one coming up. So
Is
yeah.
that Purcell?
Yeah, Heart of Oklahoma tournament. All right. But Victory Mattress Outlet, 7101 Northwest Expressway, Suite 610. Never pay retail prices on top brands. You get to keep that money under your mattress. They're small, local, family-owned, helping people, realtors as well, so you can come through here, shop the store, find you something you like, and they'll help you move it in and set it
They'll
up.
sell you a house, too.
Exactly. They will. And if they are, it's a good place. So the food today was brought to us by All-American Pizza, just across the road pretty much, 7101 Northwest Expressway as well. For them, call 405-721-2900. Go to allamericanpizzaokc.com and start putting in your order. But the Cams on the show
here's
today.
the bad thing, though. The Cams, we were going to get into some good stuff, and then Coach Saylor just walked in. So now we're going to have to kind of – now the girls are not going to be as truthful probably, but we still go with it.
Well, first thing first, you guys back-to-back tournament victories. Obviously, we've been talking in the break, but a long weekend. But how are you feeling right now? Just clue us in a little bit.
Honestly, we're feeling a little tired, but we're ready to go for tomorrow. We got Tuttle. It's a big game, so just preparing for that and just getting ready to go.
Tired, all the feeling is tired and excitement, I guess, but sore at all, or are we still physically pretty good?
A little bit. Not bad, but a little bit.
Some of those games were pretty close. It got kind of rough at one point or another, so that's good to hear at least.
Well, that boys' game ended about 10:30ish or so. Did y'all stay for the whole entirety of that, or were you able to leave before then?
I left.
I did too.
So you don't support the boys? Is that what I'm getting out of this?
No.
I watched it online the whole way
Me
home.
too. I did.
So
I watched.
Did you watch it on our GSN YouTube channel or some other channel? Because I'm going to be mad depending on this answer. You better be careful.
I think I watched it over.
Oh my gosh.
I feel personally attacked.
End the show. End it. It's over.
That's all right. We always got the next one.
It is posted if you want to go back and watch it again at the live stream. So, gosh.
Yeah. You might not now. I might get embarrassed, but it's okay.
Yeah, next game that we're calling Tuttle tomorrow night, we're going to say a lot of bad things about you two, just so you know. Yeah, so you want to listen to that one because we're going to be talking a lot of trash.
Okay.
All right, but about your trip, just tell us, what was the itinerary for you guys? Getting ready, going out there, such a long drive. What did that first day look like?
Well, we woke up at 5:45.
That was not.
No. We woke up at 5:45.
No, we woke up at like 5. I woke up like 5.
Mm-hmm.
My alarm was set for 4:30.
Yeah.
Drove to school, slept the entire way.
Pouring, by the way.
Oh yeah, it was.
It was that dangerous
pouring.
morning. I was praying for you guys
It
as
was
y'all were
pouring
you're
so
driving.
bad.
There was a couple tornadoes that day.
Yeah. And then we drove, but we slept. Did you sleep?
I
I
slept
slept
the whole way.
the whole way. We woke
Yeah.
up. We played at 10 against Jinx JV. Yeah. And
You didn't really need to wake up for that one, did you?
Oh, come on, John.
I mean,
Give him a break. Come on.
I mean, we saw the score. I mean, come on.
Yeah, it was still good though, just to get in the flow of things before we have those two pretty tough games, and then we stayed and then the JV girls play at 1.
Yeah, the boys played right after us.
Oh yeah. So
we watched them.
You actually supported them that time.
Yeah.
That's nice to hear.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
good.
we were there.
They couldn't go anywhere else.
They
on
were
that
trapped
one.
that time.
And then we went and we watched the JV girls, and that was actually the team we played in the championship, so we were all paying attention and really scouting the other team. And then we got to go to the hotel and we got ready and we went to like a nice dinner and we all like dressed up and it was
Yeah,
fun.
that was fun.
Well, you got to tell us about that now.
What?
The nice dinner.
Yeah,
Where
where'd
was
you
it?
go?
Oh, it was at this like pizza place.
It was called. What was it called? Salmonella's.
That's an iconic place. Tahlequah? Is that? There's one at Tahlequah. Is that the one?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we went to Walmart after, and that was pretty fun too.
Another reason to get
Iconic,
dressed up. I mean, nothing says like a fancy dinner as in Walmart and a pizza place.
That is high on the list
I mean,
of tourist destinations.
Gosh, that's the most Bethany thing y'all ever said.
We always end up at a Walmart at these tournaments.
Yeah, it was fun. We just all hung out. It was very fun.
Well,
closer.
there's a long history of stories that come out of y'all's tournament trips that are far away. What's kind of the one memory you're going to take besides the championship? Let's go off the court stuff. What's something that you're going to remember for years to come about this tournament?
It's Bibbs doing her. What is she doing?
Oh my goodness.
At shoot around.
Piano.
Or
on her,
that.
on her phone.
Yeah, she had her piano the
Oh.
entire time and was playing it.
She's very musically gifted and can
She
play
sings
things
all the
We're talking about
time.
Madison Bibbs?
Madison
Okay,
Bibbs.
yeah.
Yeah.
She was playing piano on her phone for the whole trip.
Like legitimately playing it.
Like, actually playing
like a piano.
songs.
She was like
How big is her phone?
it's just like it has like the keys like
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
over it, yeah.
Yeah, and she's just playing
Yes.
songs.
Yes.
Okay. Without headphones, but for everyone to hear.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
I've tried that before. That is impossible. How does she-
Yeah. So she can sing too. She's very
yes.
talented.
She
Wow.
likes to sing on the bus.
She's a good singer
She is
too.
so good.
Could
She's
we
very
get her
good.
to do the anthem one time?
She would kill it.
She would do really
Like
good.
she's
Yeah.
so good at it.
We need that to happen.
John, you're thinking too small. We got to get an entire concert out of this.
Oh, okay. Wow. I mean, let's
Come
shoot
on.
for the stars. Okay.
Yeah. No kidding. If what they're telling me is true right now.
Yeah. Now, was that both of y'all's memory, or was it just or were you going something else when you said bibs?
Well, at shoot around, whenever she was saying "I got this," it was just like a fun. Like she was just being very funny during shoot around, and the shoot arounds we had were very fun.
Just because of the gym we were in, it was wow. It was bad.
So was this still at Hulbert, or were you having shoot-arounds at other places?
No, it was at Holbert's elementary gym.
Okay.
The rims were broken, and
Yeah.
it was something else.
Yeah, that's fun.
I'm going to be honest. When I got there and saw the elementary gym out there on the left side, I thought that's where the tournament was. I didn't even see the floor, so this is news to me.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Broken rims and all wood.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that was the off-the-court memory. What on-court memory? Let's start with Donley first that you're going to remember from this. Something that happened on the court, and then we'll go to Regier.
Probably whenever in the championship game, it was really close for a while, and then we started hitting shots like just back to back to back, and just like feeling the energy from not only the fans but also our teammates and stuff. That was just like so fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just lifting each other up.
That's cool.
It was so cool.
Awesome.
Probably like at halftime we went in the championship game. I think it was tied or it was something like that. And we were all like kind of in there just like, all right, we got to figure this out. And I just like thought it was really cool. The team came together and was like, we have to win this game. Like we're not going home like losing to this team. Yeah. So I thought that was very like it was a good step in the right direction for sure. Was
there tell me about that moment. Was it one specific moment of one player or a couple of players saying something? Like when you say we all kind of came together, we knew we were wanting to win this game. Who led that? What happened? Well,
I think just like it was us starting 5 out there to start the second quarter, and like we were all just there and we were just like, guys, like we have to win this game, like everything we got. And then we went on a little run and we called it. I think we called it timeout, and we were all just like we were fired up. We were just like, let's go. Like,
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was like it was a really cool moment.
That's good.
Nice. I have actually one more question just about the general trip out there. Did y'all get a chance to go visit on one of the local colleges, do anything like that as well?
No.
Why would they do that, Luke?
Well, I know the men's team went out and caught, I think, a practice at one of the
okay.
northeastern
I didn't know if you
states.
just like a college tour, or you actually go see the basketball. Okay.
Yeah, I know sometimes the teams will go and do that, so I was just wondering about that.
Now, y'all stayed kind of far away, too, right? Was it Muskogee or you had like trips to the games and back and all that?
Yeah.
Kind of got away, had your own little vacation, right?
Yeah.
I liked the drive. I thought it was actually really nice out there.
It was fun.
Well, if you don't mind, I want to back up just real quickly to Blanchard because, let's see, it was Blanchard, Regier, and you kind of having this all season where everyone's focusing kind of on you. They want to put the kibosh up on you, especially in the post. We were seeing boxing one. We're seeing even a triangle two. And you're kind of the focal point of these teams that are scouting you coming in, like we want to stop Regier. They probably call you Regier or Ragaroni or whatever they're calling you. But how does that, what kind of pressure does that put on you or mindset does it put you in knowing that the other team's trying to stop you?
I think it just makes me want to win even more. So, like, when we step out there and there's, like, someone guarding me or whatever, it's just, like, it's hard for me to get to my spots. But once I understand what's going on, I can just rely on my teammates to hit their shots. And I know that most of the time, like, if that is a situation I'm put in, that there's someone else is going to be open. And so I think figuring that out might have taken me a second. But I think now, like, going forward, like, I understand that. And I know, like, how to kind of work around that. If that makes sense.
All that attention on you, I think, has helped McNutt, and especially with her confidence shooting, and then Calderon's come out of nowhere, just dropping bombs from beyond the 3-point line, and so that's been fun to see that the team's really rallied around that too. And then you're still getting your numbers, which has been impressive. Yeah. Donley, I know for you in years past, you've been the focal point of a lot of teams, and especially on the offensive end. This year, as a sophomore, you come in kind of more of a role player. You got to pick and choose your moments. What kind of turn has that been for you, and how do you embrace coming off and being kind of an energizer?
I think it's really helping me build my confidence. I sometimes lack thereof, and like just shooting confident is really a problem that I've been having recently. But like just watching them succeed on the court, which then gives me momentum to come out there and succeed as well. So, yeah.
I will know there was a couple times, I think in that last game especially, where you did come off the bench, subbed on the floor completely fresh, and just put down a big three, like multiple times in the game. So I was super impressed on that.
Thank you.
So I actually am glad he asked that because I wanted to ask something similar. Do you have a strategy? Is there a spot you're looking for? Or is there a look you're looking for?
Not really, no. Nope. I'm Nope.
Just all in the moment.
There.
Just feeling it.
Yep.
Ride the hot hand. I like it.
Yep.
I like it. So I guess I know the answer to this, but did the team as a whole, just based on your play, maybe the result, did you meet expectations last weekend?
I think so.
I think
I think
expected
maybe
to
the
win.
semifinal game we could have done a little things a little different. It was a very close game, and I don't think
Yeah.
that it should have been, but we figured it out and
got what we wanted. Yeah.
Perfect. Well, that's a perfect answer.
Yeah, you both mentioned being tired. Of course, it's you have games last week, then you've got the tournament, and then we got a big rivalry game tomorrow night. So how do we? I mean, was practice heavy today or light? What's kind of the vibe as we go into tomorrow night at home against Tuttle?
It was light today, but we're just really trying to nail an offense right now so we can execute it against any defense right now. So we'll see how that goes tomorrow.
Yeah. What does Tuttle do well?
Well, actually, they had this one girl. She's number 40, and we played her last year. And she's very good. She's like a guard, I think. Well, she might be a post. No, she's still there. Yeah, she's pretty good, and so that's like the one that I've noticed as like something we got to shut down. But I think we just have to work well as a team together, and hit our shots and play good defense, and we'll be all right.
The fans that are listening, your fellow classmates and parents and the community at large, what do you want to encourage them? What kind of fan base do you want to encourage them as we go into tomorrow night?
We want a student section.
I've been saying this on the broadcast, and I hate to bring that up, but yeah, our student section's been pretty poor.
Yeah. It has been.
Let's just call them out.Maybe this will rally the troops. They got to get better, right? Because we go to some gyms in their student section, you hear them and you see them, and there's some cohesion there. I don't know if you even know the answer, and I don't know the answer. I mean, how do we get that going better?
I don't know. They seem to show up for the boys' games most times, but
even then, it's still kind of weak.
Yeah, I agree.
Sorry, fans, but I need you there. I mean, tomorrow night's a big game. You got to show up and be loud and be obnoxious to those Tigers.
I'm taking this clip. I'm reposting it everywhere. We're going to spread the news, get people out in that gym.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, we need it.
All right, well, I think we're coming up on our first break of the show here. It's about 6:45 p.m. So this is the Bethany High School Women's Basketball Coaches Show. Got Cam Regier and Cam Donnelly on the show with us here. We're going to have one more segment with them, I think, maybe at least, before we move on and get to the chance to talk with Coach Saylor. So stick around with us. We're going to break here, but we'll be back shortly. This is, again, the Bethany High School Women's Basketball Coaches Show on the Gospel Station Sports and Talk, brought to you by Victory Mattress Outlet and All-American Pizza.
John Campbell is your local health market agent that specializes in Medicare. Instead of talking through an 800 number, talk face-to-face with your local agent, John Campbell, to answer all your questions and find the company that best fits your needs. John Campbell Health Market serves Yukon, Bethany, and the surrounding area and will travel across the state of Oklahoma to meet with you. Call John Campbell Health Markets at 405-200-8414. Call 405-200-8414. Grandview Windows and Doors is a proud sponsor of the Bethany Broncos and a part of the community serving all of Oklahoma City area with a mission to provide our customers exceptional window and door solutions. Locally owned and operated, Grandview Windows and Doors is your window and door specialist. Drop on by our showroom to get the latest color, styles, and special pricing just in time for the fall. Call 405-787-0230 and visit us on Facebook, Grandview Windows and Doors.
Stan's Plumbing is your locally owned, full-service, licensed, and bonded plumbing company, proudly serving the Oklahoma City Metro for over 30 years. Stan's provides all types of plumbing services like faucet and toilet repairs, sewer repair, and trenchless pipe replacement, water heater repair and installation, both tank and tankless, plus drain cleaning and jetting. All plumbers arrive with fully stocked trucks and can resolve your plumbing problems in a timely manner. Since 1988, Stan's Plumbing has held itself to a higher standard in plumbing. Call 405-721-5100 to schedule your appointment. Stan's Plumbing, Valley Service in a dirty business. 405-721-5100. When technology has you screaming at the office, call Simplify Tech Solutions at 405-981-1011. Located at 4221 North MacArthur Boulevard, Simplify Tech Solutions features IT management, business phone systems, manages Wi-Fi, and offers repair and support. Simplify your Wi-Fi before the emotional breakdown by calling Simplify Tech Solutions. Locally owned and operated at 405-981-1011. 405-981-1011. Simplify Tech Solutions.
Now open at 5801 West Britain Road. It's Himador Mexican Grill. Order at Himador Mexican Grill and be treated to a spacious dining area, friendly staff, and delicious Mexican dishes. Fajitas, quesadillas, seafood, vegetarian meals, they've got it all at Himador Mexican Grill, 5801 West Britain Road. With different lunch and dinner specials every day and great prices, Himador Mexican Grill is the place to be. They open at 11 a.m. every day and come by starting August 30th to get some drinks at the brand new bar. The people love Himador Mexican Grill, and you will too. Call 405-367-7274 or email himadorgrill5801@gmail.com to reserve your table. Himador Mexican Grill is eager to serve you. 5801 West Britain Road and call 405-367-7274. Name brands and more for less at Victory Mattress Outlet. Welcome to Victory Mattress Outlet, 7101 Northwest Expressway in Oklahoma City. Family owned and operated Victory Mattress Outlet has options for every budget, like quality 10-inch beds to high-end luxury mattresses fit for a king. You're the winner here. Shop pillows, protectors, bedroom sets, and more. And remember, the friendly people at Victory Mattress Outlet can help deliver, assemble, and set up your mattresses and furniture. Call 405-510-6988 and never pay retail price for top brands again. Victory Mattress Outlet, 7101 Northwest Expressway, 405-510-6988. That's 405-510-6988. Victory Mattress Outlet, where your best night's sleep costs less.
And we're back out of break here on the Gospel Station Sports and Talk, the Bethany High School Women's Basketball Coaches Show. Cameron Regier, Cameron Donnelly sitting down with us. Very thankful that they're willing to come on the show and talk to us for a little bit. And we've got plenty more to talk about here on this next segment. But first, Victory Mattress Outlet, of course. You know them, you love them. 7101 Northwest Expressway, Suite 610. They sell mattresses, bases, box frames, and foundations, pillows, protectors, furniture, bedroom sets, and much more. Of course, they've got custom sizes with delivery and setup, all that great stuff. All-American Pizza as well. I went and took a look at their menu while I was picking up the pizzas. Not just your normal, hand-tossed, all that great stuff, but they do things like calzones as well, which are all really, really good. Call 405-721-2900 for All-American and put in your order tonight. All right, but segment number 2, John, you had a question you wanted to make sure you asked them right here, so I'm going to let you take it first.
Yeah, well, several, but I want to start with Cameron Donnelly. Your sister, Caton, played, obviously, several years with the Lady Broncos, got a couple state championships, went on to ORU. How's that going for her? Is she getting to play this year, all that good stuff?
It's actually going really good. She starts.
Wow.
Yes.
I guess I shouldn't be so surprised, but starting at ORU.
Yeah. It was kind of a shock, for me at least.
Well, of course, you've doubted her whole life.
As a good sibling should, yes.
But she really has been killing it. They played South Dakota State the other day.
Sure.
Didn't get the results they wanted, but I mean that is an amazing team. But they're really successful, and they've played some big games and some close games and had some upsets, and it's just been really fun to watch her. Not as my teammate.
Yeah, the back and forth last year was fun sometimes to see that. But, yeah, so you just get to be a sister and a fan, which is fun. How often do y'all talk?
Every day. She was actually home this weekend.
Okay.
So that was fun. But, yeah, pretty much every day we talk.
Does she talk basketball with you at all, or is it strictly just, hey, we're sisters?
Not really. Just sister talk.
Okay.
That's probably a good time for both of you to kind of take a step back and away from it.
Yeah, not to go too far from the basketball, but Regier, you told us off air that you've got a soccer practice tonight at like 8, which is ridiculous, by the way, which is crazy. You come in wearing the Creighton. You are a D1 commit to play soccer for the Blue Jays. You're not a senior.
No, I'm still a junior.
Is that commitment firm, or is this we're for sure going to Creighton, okay?
Yeah, it's 100%.
All right.
Yeah.
And so tonight, what is this, an individual practice, team practice? What's happening?
It's club practice, so we have it every Monday and Tuesday from 8 to 9 at like a little indoor place because they don't let us practice outside right now. Our fields are closed. So we go there and just scrimmage and have fun.
Okay, now just real quickly, again, try not to veer too far from basketball, but quickly recap how the Lady Broncos did last year in soccer and what your expectation is this year.
Well, we won a state championship. And hopefully we win again.
Yeah, back to back. Yeah. All right.
All right, we're super excited for it. Soccer starts pretty soon, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's go ahead and circle back to the basketball because there are a couple of the specific games I really wanted to dig into. The zone tended to give the offense a little bit of trouble, and like that game too especially. They would mix up those looks. So coming out on the floor, I just want to ask generally, what do you think it was that they were doing so well to put that pressure on you guys? Let's go with Grove first in that first half.
They were very physical and very aggressive on defense and like up in our business, and we, I think, weren't expecting that, and that really threw us off, but we quickly got back into it and we were able to do what we needed to do.
Answer, and the halftime adjustments were a big part of that. So
Yes.
let's go with Grove again. So what was the message in halftime? You talked about the championship game, but in that semifinals match, what did y'all have to say to each other? What did Coach have to say to you guys? Clue us in on that.
To be honest, I'm kind of blanking, but
Our shooting wasn't.
yeah,
we weren't.
we
hitting
were
shots.
one of 8 or something, or one
Yeah.
of 7. I don't know.
Yeah, we were 1 of 8.
But I think it was just being confident in our shot and knowing that like it'll fall. I think that was a big emphasis, and also just like playing together as a team and focusing on limiting our turnovers was a big topic. Because I think I don't remember the exact number, but I think we had a pretty high amount of turnovers. So.
Well, you win the championship game. How did you celebrate? And alongside that, do y'all have like a tradition when it comes to how you celebrate?
Yeah, we got the claps.
The
We got the
claps.
claps.
What's the claps? Explain.
So Coach Taylor goes hooves up, and
After every practice, we always do hooves up.
then I'll say Lady Broncos on 3, and then that's how we end practice. And then after games, if we get the win, we add a clap. So it's like hooves up, and then you clap once, and then hooves up, clap twice. So that's 2 wins. And right now we're at 10.
We're at
10. We're at 10.
So you keep the wins all throughout the season. Okay,
Yeah, but, like,
awesome.
once
Oh
we
no,
got-
no, no.
so we
we
got to-
reset at
yeah.
10.
Uh,
So we can't. We can't go.
I was about
over
to
that.
say that's all. We're
can't
that's
go
a
over
standing
that.
ovation.
So now we're at
Can't count that high.
1 clap.
Yeah,
We're at 1 clap.
hopefully we'll get back to 1 clap tomorrow.
Okay, that's fun.
Yeah, we have fun.
Sounds like it. We mentioned Tuttle tomorrow, but game plan, you've got the players you're looking out for. You know, what was maybe the practice day? Tell me a little bit about personal preparation for it. Like, is there anything you guys are focusing on specifically for this one?
I mean, there are rivals, so you always want to play like to your best ability. So I hope I hit shots, and I hope I can like get more. Like,
We're not hoping.
attacking.
You are hitting shots.
Oh
Yeah.
But I definitely need to attack the basket more, so I hope I can be more aggressive in that way. And
You
then-
will be more aggressive.
I will be. And then just good defense too.
Yeah, because you can impact the game without scoring. You know, whether it's rebounding, physical defense.
Rebounding.
Yeah, you will rebound.
I will rebound. I hope my mom was listening to that. I will rebound.
She always challenging you to rebound.
Yes.
That's good.
Is it the jump? Is that the block out? What's really been the difference there? Trying to get these rebounds.
Blocking out.
Yeah, we got to block
You've
out.
got to block out.
Can't pull boards if you're not blocking out. So,
Boom.
Yeah.
All right. So how are you preparing, Regier?
I think just focusing on limiting my turnovers and taking it one play at a time, and trying to distribute the ball the best I can, and knowing when it's time to attack and go to the rim, or when it's time to distribute the ball. So, I think that's something I really need to focus in on.
So you've seen about every defense, right? I mean, it seems like so many defenses have thrown different looks at you guys. Like I mentioned earlier, you've said triangle and 2, box and 1. I mean, those are rare defensive strategies that have already been thrown at you. So you've seen it all. Now it's kind of just executing. How much freedom do you have on the court? Is there there's the old, do you have a green light to shoot, or the coach like, no, you don't have a green light? Just what kind of leadership has Coach Saylor given to you guys when you're on the basketball court?
I think we have a pretty. I mean, like, if I don't think he's gonna be like, don't shoot the ball. Like, obviously he's gonna be like, if the shot's open, take it. Just make sure it's the best shot. Like, I feel like a big emphasis is find the best shot. So if you have someone wide open on the block and you're shooting a 3, that's probably not the best shot. But like, I don't think it would never be like, don't shoot the ball. But yeah.
All right, so finish this sentence. After the game Tuesday, someone asked you, how did you beat Tuttle? And you're going to say, we beat Tuttle because what? This is the hard-hitting questions. It's the hard-hitting questions. I got them.
Well, I think there's a lot of things that would go into
there's a
beating
lot of
Tuttle.
factors
I
that
think we need
could
to
go
block
into that.
out, limit turnovers, hit shots, play good defense.
So we got to do a lot to win this game is what you're saying.
But I feel like that's how it is for every game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Most games, at least.
All right.
I don't know if you guys follow rankings too much or try to focus on that at all. I know most coaches don't want to follow rankings that bad, but I think, if I remember right, Tuttle is ranked as well, so this should be a big class matchup.
Yeah.
Do you expect your guys to be in top 5 now on the next rankings? Where do you think you fall in the class?
I don't keep up with it,
Me
so
either.
I don't know.
I thought that might be the case, but I
Yeah.
did want to ask.
Yeah.
You're currently number 8 as of like December 15th. That haven't been updated in a while.
Yeah.
Real quick. Can I go real quick with one more?
Go for it.
Okay, so y'all have had success on the basketball court before as a team. Last year we went to state. Year before that, win state. Year before that, win state. Let's go to soccer. You win state. Let's look specifically at the lessons you learned from soccer. How does it help you in basketball? I'm going to start with you, Regier, and then I'll go to you, Donley.
So you're asking how like soccer translates to basketball?
Specifically, and how that team won the state championship, and how can that impact this team, and specifically you.
That's a loaded question. I think that, well, I don't know. I feel like whenever we were playing soccer and we won that state championship, like there was nothing like that. And then just the other day, actually, Coach Saylor pulled me aside during the game and was like, Cam, like, go back to your playing soccer. You're playing the state championship. Tell me how you felt. And I was like excited, like I was ready to go. And like just having that feeling of like knowing that there is like that opportunity to play in that big of a game, like the state championship. There's not many more big games than that. I think it just like really sets my mind like that's what I want to accomplish. And I think as a team, it's just like most of those girls, like the seniors, the juniors, they have won a state championship. Not me personally, but they have won the state championship, so they know that like what the big stage is like. And so I think striving for that is something that's like very fun because it's like all your hard work will pay off if you can get there. So I think it's just like a team camaraderie of just like we want to accomplish that.
Yeah, great answer.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that. Whenever you taste it, you want it more. Yeah. And I luckily got to watch my sister do it twice, and so that makes you want to win it 3 times, so you can one-up her.
That means you got to start this year, by the way.
Yeah. But yeah, just and getting to experience just having that, it makes you want it more. And I'd love to have it for basketball because basketball is my main sport, and yeah, I really hope I get to experience that.
That's awesome.
Hey, well, we're wishing you guys the best. I'm sure it'll turn out that way. So.
Yes, thank you.
Well, we're done with this segment, so anything left you want to add?
I'm good. I appreciate you ladies coming. Cam and Cam.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
All right, and then I guess before we go to break, anything y'all want to say to the people watching?
And look right at the camera as you say it.
Directly into the...
Oh. Hi, Coach Jay.
Shout out Coach Jay.
She's watching probably. She's a big fan of the show. She, we interviewed some coaches before. We tried to get one, and the first time we interviewed her, we lost that game, and she was really bummed, and she didn't want to do it again. But we did it again, and we won. So she's on a winning streak right now. So shout out, Coach Jay.
Shout out.
All right. We're going back to break, folks. Halfway done with this show. This is the Bethany High School Women's Basketball Coaches Show on the Gospel Station Sports and Talk. We're moving on to speak with Coach Saylor next. We're really looking forward to that one. We're at Victory Mattress Outlet, 7101 Northwest Expressway, Suite 610. Thanks to Jeremy and the folks out here at Victory Mattress for letting us come by and do this show all the time. At Victory Mattress Outlet, you're the winner here. Never pay those retail prices on your top brands. You get to find all that and more here at a great local store owned by local people. I don't know what they're cracking up about.
They just saw themselves on camera.
Oh, okay. And thanks to All American Pizza for providing the food. We'll be back after a quick break.
Lilygrass Flowers and Decor is rooted in rich history dating back to 1979 in the precious memory of Flowers by Roy. Alicia Rankins and staff have carried the commitment to only offer the finest, unique floral arrangements with same-day delivery locally and nationally. What you envision, we make reality at Lilygrass Flowers and Decor, 7101 Northwest Expressway. Call Lilygrass Flowers and Decor at 721-1813 and begin a new memory.
Are you looking for some hair, some virgin hair, some extensions? Well, come to Alchemy Ming Virgin Hair and Boutique. We have moved to 10709 North Rockwell Avenue, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, Suite D. Come and see all the styles from your best hairstylist, your favorite hairstylist, the award-winning hairstylist of the year, Jasmine J.G. Garrett Whitson.
Stephanie's Vintique and the Plaster Paint Company is all Oklahoma made at 3821 Asbury in Bethany, featuring vintage, chalk paint, antiques, clothing, vegan soaps and lotion, homemade cards, decor, and furniture. And space is available for rent to start your own business at Stephanie's Vintique and Plaster Paint Company. Call 405-249-3604 and see why people are coming from all over the metro for this paint and decor. Or you can visit us at theplasterpaintcompany.com and also see us on Facebook. Stephanie's Vintique and Plaster Paint Company in Bethany. Start your Vintique experience.
At the home of the Gotta Have It, you'll find Apple Tree Antique Gallery, located in the heart of downtown Bethany at 6740 Northwest 39th Expressway. Enjoy spacious shopping with up to 77 unique vendors across more than 10,000 square feet, offering everything from jewelry and clothing to one-of-a-kind treasures and so much more. Don't miss our third Friday weekend specials every month. And yes, we're open Sundays. Call us at 495-0602. Apple Tree Antique Gallery in Bethany, home of the Gotta Have It.
This is Blake Nightingale State Farm, your local insurance agent over at 7304 Northwest Expressway. Here to tell you more about the business is Blake himself.
Hi, my name is Blake Nightingale, State Farm insurance agent located at 7304 Northwest Expressway here in Oklahoma City. I've been a State Farm agent since 2018. We've got 5 licensed staff members here, and we do everything from auto, home, life insurance, and health insurance. And we're real passionate about helping people. And we love youth sports, and we sponsor a lot of local teams here. And so, like I always tell people, like a good neighbor, we're here to help you.
Just like you heard from Blake, Blake Nightingale State Farm is here to help you protect what's important to you, because your car and home aren't just things. They're where you make your memories. Visit Blake and his friendly staff at 7304 Northwest Expressway and call them at 405-728-1313. Like a good neighbor, Blake Nightingale is there. We're back here on the Bethany High School Women's Basketball Coaches Show. Now the head coach of the program, Coach Eric Taylor, sitting down with us. Thank you so much, Coach. We're excited to get a chance to talk to you after that big tournament win. Victory Mattress Outlet, though, just like Bethany, you're the victor if you shop here, where your best night's sleep costs less. 7101 Northwest Expressway. Generous, friendly, kind, helpful people. Jeremy and the crew, we can't thank them enough. And same for All-American Pizza right there across the road. They provided our food tonight at cheese pizza and a pepperoni pizza both. They're open until 9 p.m. So if you're in the area, you still got time to stop by or maybe call ahead and place your order. But now, this segment, Coach, I want to ask you a question I asked the girls as well. For you on the coaching perspective, this tournament out in Holbert, would you say it was a successful tournament? It met your standards, met your expectations?
You know, it's important that you try to get to the east side of the state sometime during the season, because there's 64 coaches that have a vote, and so you have to try to reach out and touch as many 4A schools that you can on the east side too. Not just if you continue to play the same people over and over and over again, you're really just kind of spinning your wheels. So you got to get over to the east side as well to try to earn some of those coaches' votes and get their respect for your team and how you play. So, you know, Tulsa Central is a 4A school, Grove's a 4A school, Westville's a 3A school, but people know that Westville's a quality program. And so I think we did a good job of getting their respect.
Clearly, and I'm thinking about the other teams that were in that tournament. Grove was there. Pocolo was a team they faced, if I remember correctly. There's one I'm forgetting. It was RJV, but I feel like I'm forgetting one on the women's side.
Well, Bethany JV and Jinx JV.
Maybe Jenks was it that I'm not thinking of then.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely a good field for that tournament. So I know earlier in the coach's show you had said that was important, meeting a lot of different people.
Right.
So I did want to ask that and see if it had hit your expectations for both the schedule and the play.
And one of the teams that was supposed to be there but didn't show up was Hilldale. I guess at the last second they changed to another tournament, and so that was another 4A school. That was one of the reasons why we chose that tournament, is because we wanted to get to a tournament that had the most 4A schools possible. So,
because you've had a lot of success in tournaments. We've got a couple state championships. That's a pretty big tournament you've done well in. And then this season we've won the only tournaments that we've been in thus far. What is the uniqueness to coaching in a tournament as opposed to the regular season, and how have you been so successful?
I think it all just goes back to the girls and, how they respond to adversity. You have 3 games that are back to back to back. And you want to make sure that you go out and you perform at a high level, and it makes for a long weekend. Right now we're tired, but it's worth it when they can go out there and compete, and it simulates the state playoffs. When you go to the big house, you have to play Thursday, Friday, Saturday, if that's your schedule, and same as the area tournament or the regional tournament districts. You have those multiple games on back-to-back days, and it's important for the girls to know how to perform. As a coach, of course you want to go win the tournament, but if you don't win the tournament, then you got to find a way to get 2 wins. So at least go 2-1. And so that's something that we talk about a lot in our program is, you always want to go right on the bracket, but if something happens, then you always want to try to finish, on a positive note. And that's something that we've kind of instilled in our program since I've been here. And we try to find some tournaments where we'll get pushed at a high level, and but also at the same time you need to be in tournaments where you can get lots of experience for your younger kids as well.
What is 1 or 2 things that you do as a coach in a tournament that would be unique to a regular season that you enjoy, or it could be logistically or could be on the coaching side that you do that you really like and enjoy?
The tournament weekends are fun for us, as a coaching staff. It's a great bonding time, just being together for 3 straight days. We really enjoy going, to the east side, just because we can capture them all on the bus, and they don't have to worry about going to another event or something that's going on other than basketball. And so just being around each other and just building those memories, playing jokes on one another, laughing and just seeing them go through daily life, and I think that grows us together as a unit. And so that's something definitely we look forwards to in tournaments.
Now, you mentioned that the players get it rough it's a long weekend, but that's both the same for you and the rest of the coaches. How are you right now physically and mentally after such a long weekend?
We're tired.
Yeah.
We're tired. And, Sunday we get up and go to church and come back, and then we're doing some things with my mom's house that I had to go over and take care of all that, and then come back, and then by the time I get back to the house, it's time to sit down and start to look at the rankings for Class 4A, and that's something that I really truly believe is an honor to be able to vote for, and you want to try to do your best job. You have to do a lot of research and find schools that who has a win over who's playing well, and because you want to honor the program and honor that system. So that takes about 3 hours, this time of the season, just trying to do some research to find out who's playing well and who's struggling.
And at some point you get an email from me in that routine, and I'm sure you dread that one all the time.
No, we got you covered, so we're good.
And for our audience to know, when he's talking about being tired, most of the team or some of the team stayed for the boys' championship game, which ended super late. Then you get the drive back, so they got back to Bethany around 2:30ish, and then you got to get home and get in bed, and it's after 3 or whatever the case may be. And so then to turn around, you worship with your church family and you do all the things that you did. It's tiring. Then you got to go back to school and teach or be a student athlete, and then you have a big old honking rivalry game on Tuesday. In hindsight, was this tournament? Are you excited to see how they respond? Or you're like, man, I wish we would have had this tournament at a different time?
No, I'm excited to see how they're going to respond. Because these girls have a busy schedule, no matter if it's tournament weekend or not. And, Cam was saying that, she's got to leave here and go straight to soccer because it's nonstop for a lot of these girls. And so they're always busy doing something. And so, yeah, I'm good with us playing that tournament. And, hopefully we built some confidence in ourselves as a unit, and, this group is learning as we go through the season. And so we're just excited to see them learn and understand concepts that we're trying to teach them, trying to get them to understand. And then all of a sudden they try it and they're like, oh, yeah, this is what they're talking about. And we're like, yeah, this is what we're talking about. So we get to see those things achieved on a daily basis. And so it's been good for the program.
Yeah. You've seen about every defense thrown at you this season. We talked with the girls about it, and specifically with Cameron Regier, just the focal point of a lot of scouting reports and people trying to stop her, other teams. But I think that's also, you've seen some players that outside of her, and she's shown up big time, but that have really risen their game. Madison McNutt's been incredible and tournament MVP, and then also Calderon McKenna playing so well. Speak to some of those and maybe someone else I didn't mention.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And, one of the things that I told the girls in the locker room after we won the championship on Saturday night is that, Madison Bibbs played on Saturday, and she got into foul trouble early, and so that kind of limited her minutes. And, she didn't get to play a lot of that second half because I thought that, we were sticking with the 5 that were out there and they were playing well and having success. But I made sure that I mentioned to the team that, if it wasn't for Madison Bibbs and her defensive effort on Friday night, we wouldn't have been in the championship game. And so just seeing those girls step up and understanding that, yeah, it's my turn to shine. I got to step up. This team needs me. You can go down the list and, Reese Harris, she only scored 5 points on Saturday night, but she did the small things that helped us to get to that where we needed to be. She took care of the ball. She played great defense. She blocked out tremendously. And McKenna has been playing well. Cameron Donnelly came off the bench, hit 2 big threes for us to kind of spark us when we were in a dry spell. Shane Von Felt, I felt like Friday was her best game that she's played all year long. So there are times where, it's the next man up, the next girl up. And so I feel like the girls are doing a good job of responding to that and being willing to step up and say, okay, I got this. So
I'm glad you pointed out those specific players because they were on my radar, especially Madison Bibbs as well. She did a great job that tournament, I thought. But everybody sees the floor. Everybody gets minutes. Your scheme is built around that.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit just about your philosophy, I guess, on that.
I truly believe that you need to go out and you need to try to keep all those girls plugged in and, tethered together. And a lot of times when they get stuck on the bench for a long time, they start to not buy in as much. And so if we can go out and we can play roll 5 in and 5 out or, run 10, 11 girls out there on the court, I feel like that helps us as a unit. It keeps people involved. It keeps us involved in practices as well because they know that they're going to get an opportunity to go out there and perform. So I need to stay focused. And we're met with adversity all the time. People getting hurt, people getting in foul trouble. Then it's the next person up, and they need to know exactly what's been going on. I kind of chuckle at some coaches when I watch their games is, they'll call a timeout and they just talk to the 5 girls that are out on the floor. And I'm like, okay, what happens if your point guard gets hurt and they need to know the strategy that you just talked to the 5 girls out there and you got to sub somebody in? They don't know. And so just trying to keep everybody involved and making sure that, in the timeouts, we're just not talking to the 5 that are sitting down on the bench, but we're talking to everybody involved, because you never know when your number's going to get called. And we want you to go out and perform well.
I know Allie Lynn is a starter, but I think there was a couple minutes, I don't remember what game it was, she wasn't on the floor, and she's getting that instruction from one of the assistants.
Yeah.
And that's really permeating the program, that leadership for them. And I think it's responding well with the girls. I think they have embodied that this season.
Yeah, it's like you said with Allie, she got into foul trouble, and that's something that we're willing not to play in the first half if you're picking up a lot of fouls early, because we need you in that second half stretch. So it's that opportunity for them to sit and watch and see what we're talking about as a coaching staff and see how the girls respond out on the floor, because then when it's their turn to get out there, they can go out and do the things that we were just talking about.
Absolutely.
We mentioned the others quite a bit, but let's give Cameron Regier a little love just of how well she's playing. How special has she been to the program this year?
Yeah, it's kind of obvious. You look at somebody who is pulling down double-digit rebounds. She's leading us in scoring. She's every team's focal point. In kind of a joking scenario, you could ask the girls next time, but I talked at halftime. I talked to Cam about understanding that you are everybody's focal point. They're trying to double you. They're trying to triple you. I said, you're like a teenage girl going to the prom and you got a pimple on your forehead and everybody sees it, and that's you. You're the pimple. Everybody sees it, and so they know where you're at all times.
That's funny.
And so their strategy is to slow you down. I said, now you have to read and react. How are they adjusting? Is somebody coming and doubling you? Well, if somebody's doubling you, that means somebody's open, and it's your responsibility to move the ball and find that open girl. And I think in the second half she started doing some of those things. She's a go-getter. She's a high-energy kid. You got to pull the reins back on her sometimes, because she'll just go like she's going in towards a brick wall, and sometimes she needs to slow down just for a second, and then visualize what's going on and then attack. And so hopefully we're getting to the point where she's starting to understand some of those things, and it's going to help her game, in the long run, and it'll help our team elevate as well.
Yeah, it's good.
All right, well, we've kind of talked about it on a personal level. We've kind of hinted at it, but now with Tuttle tomorrow and a big stretch of the season coming up, I wanted to ask you, what has the team done best, and what do they need to improve on the most?
Like I said, I think it's, every time out, we're trying to learn through this process of a long season. And as long as we can continue to take strides and make strides in a positive way, that's what we need to take from it. And it doesn't matter a win or a loss, because you can learn from losses as well. And so just learning from every time that we step out on the floor, that's an opportunity. How did I respond? How did I react? Did I make my shot? Did I miss my shot? What was the next step? And so just trying to get this team to understand that, hey, we're going to get smacked in the face, but how do we respond is what is important. And, there's a lot of really good, talented teams in 4A. And so in order for us to be in it at the end, we got to be able to bounce back once we are hit in the face. And so I feel like, for the most part, we're doing some of those things in a positive way. Do we need to take care of the ball more, better? Yes, definitely. Do we need to continue to work on our blockouts? Yes. And that's something that we really strive to do over Christmas break, is really focus in on blocking out. And I feel like, these last couple of games, we've been out rebounding our opponent by double digits. And so, that's something that we still have to continue to do, because we're not going to make every shot. But we have the ability to go get a rebound. We have ability to block out so that they don't get an extra opportunity to go score.
So for those that were watching the game, that second chance points were such a major part of every win for pretty much every team across the tournament.
Yeah.
It just speaks how important that is in basketball as a whole.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
John, do you have another question? I've got a list I can pull from.
Yeah, Coach, what's the greater emotion, the joy of winning or the pain of losing? I'll just say my brief foray into coaching, the losses hurt more than the joy of the wins.
Well, the joy of the win at the moment is greater, but the longevity of the loss is much worse. Because, to be honest with you, if you ask me to list all the teams that we've beaten this year, I probably could get maybe 6. We have 10 wins. I probably could get 6 right off the top of my head, and I'd have to think about some of the others. But if you tell me the teams that we lost to, I can name them, And so
probably give me more vivid details than the wins.
And that Woodward game is still flashing back through my mind, and so we're still, the loss.
That was a tough one. I think that was the Coach Brenningstool game, by the way. You can blame her.
I will. So we all had something to do with that loss, just our lack of defense, our lack of ability to block out, our lack of ability to close out, our lack of ability to take care of the ball, make good decisions with the basketball in our hands. So there's a lot of just different things that we did wrong that kind of led to that.
Yeah, see, it's hard to coach, man. Those losses can eat at you.
You don't need to convince me. Don't worry. My father, my grandfather, his dad, they were all coaches. I get it. I get it. All right, well, I think I've only got one question left, and we'll let you get on your way. I was interested, is it more of a scheme you make adjustments for, or more of personnel on the opposing side? It's when you're going to a halftime adjustment, do you know what you're going to tell them, or do you have to kind of think about what your opponent is giving you first?
I think when you go in at halftime or before the game?
Either.
Okay, well, when you go in before the game, you definitely want to make sure that you're seeing the scout film. And so the scout, their primary players, what do they do well? Are they left-handed or right-handed? Are they very physical? How do they do when people are closing out on them hard? So I think you have a game plan going into that. And then as the game continues, then at halftime, definitely you're talking about, okay, who's scoring for them? Who's scoring for us? Where are we at? Those numbers, they tell a story. Rebounding-wise, where are we at? What are we doing from the free throw line? Are we getting to the free throw line? Defensively, what if we switch things up and try something different? There's a lot of things that we talk about outside the locker room at halftime as a coaching staff, just to try to figure out what is the answer to the question, that we had in the first half. And so how can we solve this problem that's happening? And then once you start to run ideas by, you start to grab 1 or 2 of them or 3 of them, and then when you go into the locker room, then that's what you're there to tell. That's your story. This is what we need to focus in on. Let's try doing this better, so that hopefully we can start to slow them down or start to see some success on our end.
And that's what they mean by the coaching chess match, right? Because the opposing team is doing the same thing.
Sure. Yes, definitely. They're doing the same thing. They're having those same discussions, and hopefully what we do trumps what they have planned. But it's an ongoing chess match, like you said, and so even into the fourth quarter, you're still making adjustments and still trying to figure out, what we need to do to slow number 24 down from Grove. Sticking Madison Bibbs on her in that second half definitely slowed her down to give us an opportunity to win that game.
She was lights out. She was pretty good.
Greer.
I called her name a lot on that broadcast. Yeah, she was pretty good.
Yeah, she's a talented player. For sure.
Last question for me, Luke.
Go for it.
Everyone wants to know this, Coach. What's the score going to be of the Steelers-Texans game?
Well,
it's 0-0 right now. It just started.
Oh, good. I'm a long time Steelers fan ever since I was a little kid. My dream is to go to one of their games, a home game for them. I've been to several away games. I don't want to jinx them, but I hope I hope they find a way to play some offense.
Yeah. Texans defense is phenomenal for sure.
Move the ball. I'm pretty secure. I'm pretty confident about our defense. I think we'll do a good job there, but it's the offensive end of the
Rodgers got a miracle in him, right?
Yeah, I hope so.
Okay.
And it is Aaron Rodgers.
Get one more here. Find a way.
Coach, I've got great news for you. I picked Houston to win that game, and I've been wrong about every AFC game so far.
Yes.
Well, good. I hope you're wrong.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, anything left?
That's it. We got the info.
All right, Coach, anything to tell the people?
I got my pillow.
Yeah, Victory Mattress Outlet.
All right, folks, we're done with this show. Thank you so much to Coach Saylor and women's basketball for coming on. We've been at Victory Mattress Outlet again, 7101 Northwest Expressway. But we're about to get on the road, get ready for this title game tomorrow.
Come out, fans, come out.
Exactly, come out. Tip for women's at 6:30 p.m. The men's directly follows, and it should be two great matches between these rival schools. So we're looking forward to it. But, thank you to All American Pizza. Don't want to forget them either. 405-721-2900. Delivery, takeout, they do it all. Thanks to All American. We'll see you then, folks. Have a great night. God bless. Tune in on GSN Sports and Talk tomorrow.